Welcome to Live, Laugh, Talk. I'm your host, James Graham, and it's just simply a joy to be in your ear. In this episode, we will begin with the topic entitled Overcoming Gambling Addiction. Then we will transition to our segment, How Do We Get Here? Followed by our hobbies and special interest section, and then conclude with our sunflower message. If you have any ideas at all, please share them at admin@livelaughtalk.com. That's admin@livelaughtalk.com. If you're listening on Spotify, you can add a voice memo as well as comments and participate in our poll. And wherever it is that you listen to the podcast, please follow us so that you're notified of the new episodes when they're released. The topic that we will begin with is entitled Overcoming Gambling Addiction. When we talk about gambling addiction and overcoming it, we should probably begin with what causes it in the first place. People can become gambling addicts for various reasons, and it's often a complex interplay of factors. Some common reasons include psychological factors. Yes, some individuals may have a predisposition to addictive behavior due to factors like impulsivity, sensation seeking, or a need for excitement and risk taking. Gambling can serve as a way to escape from life's challenges, stress, or emotional issues. It offers a temporary sense of relief or numbness. Then there's peer pressure, or maybe family background, or even exposure to gambling at an early age that can contribute to the development of gambling addiction. It has been associated with changes in the brain. See, there's a reward system that we all like. Some of us, we get that feeling of reward through maybe likes on social media. We post something, all of a sudden there's 1,000 likes, 10,000 likes, and then we get that reward system. Look at me being rewarded. Well, the same can be happening with someone who's addicted to gambling. When they win, all of a sudden, there's that reward. And it makes it difficult for some individuals to control their impulses. The proliferation of gambling opportunities, both in physical locations and online, has made it easier for people to develop and sustain gambling habits. The belief that this can provide a quick solution to financial problems may lead some individuals to gamble excessively, even though it often exacerbates the financial difficulties. Yet, they find themselves seeking to solve their problems with it. And it's often linked with other mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, or substance abuse, making individuals more vulnerable to addiction. Repeated wins or near wins can create a false sense of control, encouraging individuals to keep gambling despite financial losses. And then there's that aggressive advertising. We see it. We've got commercials with quite famous comedians talking about gambling in a way that's so much fun. We're doing it with football. We're doing it with sports. We've got all these big corporations out there. And the gambling industry has now got to the point that it influences people to gamble even more. And maybe even more than they initially intended. Because it looks like so much fun. And the celebrities are saying, hey, now you've got me where you're paying out fast. So I want to do more. How so is our public. And some people may not fully understand the risks and consequences of a gambling addiction, especially when they begin gambling casually. Yet it is important to recognize that this addiction is a treatable condition. We can seek help from professionals, support groups, and loved ones. All of this is crucial for our recovery. Understanding the underlying factors contributing to the addiction is an important step in addressing the issue and finding healthier ways to cope with life's challenges. It is challenging, but it is achievable. And here are some steps that can help. We have to first admit that we have a gambling addiction and recognize that it's that that's causing harm in our lives. That's the first step to overcoming. As mentioned, we can reach out to friends, family, or therapists who can provide the emotional support and guidance that we're going to need. Consider self exclusion programs at casinos or online gambling sites to limit your access. Recognize situations, emotions, or stressors that lead to gambling and try to avoid or manage them. Take control of your finances, create a budget, and restrict access to money. And never try to gamble to make more money to add to your financial management. No, that only causes debt, not create a profit. Now let's replace gambling with healthy and enjoyable pastimes or hobbies. We can even join a support group, such as Gamblers Anonymous, to connect with others facing similar challenges. If we make realistic goals for recovery and track our progress, that could help as well. And we need to understand that overcoming, addiction, if we overcome addiction, it's a process. We're going to have setbacks. They're going to occur, but we can stay committed to our recovery. In addition, we can install website blockers, software apps to block access to gambling websites and make it more challenging to engage in these activities. Stay away from places or people that encourage or trigger your behavior. And we have to just take one day at a time. Focus on staying clean from gambling one day at a time to avoid feelings of being overwhelmed by the long-term journey. Write down your thoughts and emotions related to gambling to gain better insight into your triggers and progress. And if we have a feeling of relapse, let's set up a prevention plan so that we're prepared to deal with the cravings. We're prepared to deal with the setbacks. We can celebrate ourselves. When we achieve milestones, whether it's a week, a month, or a year without gambling, let's celebrate that. Remember, recovery is a journey that's unique for each individual. And it's essential to be patient with yourself and seek help when needed. It's also important to surround yourself with a supportive network and focus on building and fulfilling life without the need for gambling. It's going to be continuous. There's going to be setbacks, but staying committed is crucial. Let our determination and our effort make a significant difference in our journey. And let's seek to live a gambling-free life. Climate change refers to long-term changes in the Earth's climate, including shifts in temperature, weather patterns, and other climatic factors. The primary causes of climate changes are the greenhouse gas emissions. The most significant driver of climate change is the release of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun, leading to a gradual increase in global temperatures. The burning of fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and natural gas for energy production and transportation, is a major source of CO2 emissions. This is a primary contributor to global warming. The removal of forests and other vegetation reduces the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide through photosynthesis, contributing to increased atmospheric levels. Urbanization, agriculture, and other land use causes an alteration in the Earth's surface to impact local and regional climates. And certain industrial activities release greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the atmosphere, such as methane from livestock and rice paddies, and nitrous oxide from agricultural fertilizers. Natural factors like volcanic eruptions and variations in solar radiation can temporarily influence climate, but the current trend of global warming is largely attributed to human activities. And it's important to address these causes of climate change through mitigation efforts like reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, promoting reforestation, and implementing sustainable land to limit the extent and impact of climate change. International agreements like the Paris Agreement aim to coordinate global efforts to combat this change. There's some more key points to consider. Climate change can trigger self reinforcing feedback loops that exacerbate warming. For example, as polar ice melts, it reduces the Earth's reflectivity, which leads to more heat absorption and further ice melt. The melting of glaciers and thermal expansion of seawater due to higher temperatures contribute to rising sea levels, which pose a significant threat to coastal areas and low lying islands. Climate change is associated with an increase in the frequency and severity of extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, floods, and wildfires, which can have devastating impacts on communities and ecosystems. Increased CO2 levels in the atmosphere also lead to higher CO2 levels in the oceans, causing ocean acidification. This harms marine life, particularly organisms with calcium carbonate shells and skeletons. Now, what about our health? Yes, it can have direct and indirect health consequences, including heat related illnesses, the spread of vector borne diseases, and impacts on mental health due to extreme weather events and displacement. It can disrupt ecosystems and threaten plant and animal species that cannot adapt quickly enough to changing conditions, leading to potential extinction, not to mention the economic consequences of climate change due to infrastructure, reduced agricultural productivity, and increased costs related to mitigation and adoption efforts. Addressing climate change requires international cooperation and policies to reduce emissions, adapt to the changes already are underway, and there's already investments in clean energy technology. Efforts to combat climate change focus on reducing our emissions, but it also needs awareness, advocacy, and individual actions, such as reducing personal carbon footprints. This plays a crucial role in addressing the global change. There are strategies that typically fall into two categories to help with this. That's mitigation, as it aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to limit further warming. Adaptation involves adjusting to the impacts of climate change that are already occurring and will continue, such as building infrastructure to withstand more extreme weather events. And we spoke earlier of the Paris Agreement. What is it? Well, it was adopted in 2015 as an international treaty signed by nearly all countries in the world. Its goal is to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre industrial levels, with an aspirational target of 1.5 degrees Celsius by reducing emissions and increasing global resilience to climate change. And what about renewable energy? Well, as we transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy, these sources being like solar, wind, and hydropower, that's a critical step in reducing greenhouse gas emissions and slowing climate change. We need to do more organic farming and reduce meat consumption, as this can reduce emissions from the agricultural sector. Carbon pricing mechanisms, such as carbon taxes or cap and trade systems, aim to put a price on carbon emissions to encourage reductions. We need to contribute as individuals to doing actions such as reducing our energy consumption, using public transportation, and supporting sustainable products and practices. Yes, addressing climate change is a complex and multifaceted challenge that requires cooperation at the local, national, and international levels. It also involves a combination of government policies, technological advancements, and changes in individual and collective behavior. The urgency of the issue underscores the need for global collaboration to protect the planet and future generations. And yet, we still have to ask ourselves, how did we get here? Engaging in spa activities as a hobby can be relaxing and enjoyable. It's a way to take care of your well being. Some hobbies that individuals partake in is home spa days. Yes, you can create a spa like atmosphere at home with scented candles, soothing music, and luxurious bath products. Yes, pamper yourself with facials, body scrubs, and massages. Then there's aromatherapy. Yes, you can explore the world of essential oils and aromatherapy by diffusing calming scents, creating custom blends, or even making your own scented candles or bath salts. Combine spa practices with mindfulness and meditation techniques to de stress and find inner peace. Those who practice yoga to improve flexibility reduce tension and promote relaxation as well, all of which complement the spa experience. Experiment with creating your own skincare products, such as masks, serums, or lotions, using natural ingredients. And if you have access to a hot tub or a sauna, spending time in these heat therapy environments can be both soothing and therapeutic. Various spa treatments, we can explore them by visiting professional spas for massages, facials, body treatments. There's hydrotherapy. This is in the form of hot baths, cold plunges, or even taking showers that alternate between hot and cold water. Then we can learn the practices and hobbies like meditation, Tai Chi, which can promote relaxation and wellness. We can immerse ourselves fully in wellness getaways and retreats as well. Spa related hobbies can be a great way to de stress, unwind, and focus on your physical and mental well being. Whether it is that you choose to create a spa experience at home or explore professional spa services, it's essential to prioritize self care and relaxation. Sip on herbal teas, known for their calming properties, such as chamomile, lavender, or peppermint, to complement your spa activities. Explore healthy and nutritious spa cuisine recipes that align with your wellness goals, promoting both inner and outer beauty. Read books, magazines, or online resources about spa treatments, wellness, and self care to deepen your understanding of these topics. We can create a small garden with aromatic herbs and plants that could be used in our spa treatments that we do at home for their soothing scents. Continue to develop your spa ritual, whether it's a morning skincare routine or a nightly relaxation practice, or even a weekly self care day. Make sure you do it continuously. And we can share this hobby with our friends or family for more social and enjoyable experiences. Combine your spa hobby with a digital detox, disconnecting from screens and enjoying a break from the digital world to focus on relaxation. Create customized playlists of soothing and calming music to enhance that ambience. As well, pay attention to the visual aspects of your spa environment by incorporating soothing colors, soft lighting, and comfortable furnishing. Remember that your spa hobby is all about self care and relaxation. Tailor your activities to your preferences and needs, and don't hesitate to experiment with different treatments, products, and other techniques to discover what works best for you. And you will find, probably of all the hobbies that we've mentioned, if you use your spa treatments as a hobby, you will remain one of the most relaxed people in the world. So let's not just talk about it, let's be about it. Let's get our supplies together, whether we're going to make them at home or we're going to bring them home. And let's have a spa day. Our sunflower message is a poem. In fields of golden light, we find our way, where laughter dances and troubles away. The sun, a radiant smile in the sky, paints our world with colors oh so high. Joy blooms like flowers in the spring. In every heart it takes its wing. With friends and family we find our grace. In their warm embrace we find our place. So let your worries gently fade away. Embrace the happiness of a brand new day. With hearts aglow and spirits free, in this moment may you find pure glee. For happiness is a gift we hold so dear, and laughter, love, and moments clear. Embrace it now and let it gleam, a joyful, everlasting, happy dream. On Cash App at $Live Laugh Talk, on Twitter at Live Laugh Talker, and on your podcast platform, you can now donate, not dotate, but you want to donate to support our podcast. And we appreciate every dollar, and we use every dollar just for the podcast. And if you can, remember to rate us the highest on your podcast platform. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues about us. And remember to go to Etsy and search for How Do We Get Here for our merchandise. And if you go there now, you will see tumblers, hats, various different hats. We have also t-shirts, as well as tote bags, coffee mugs, and just a host of items. Neckties. We even have socks. So you can just have the whole Live, Laugh, Talk experience. Yes, this is James and Georgia's baby boy signing off. And as you know, I can't wait to talk with you again soon.